everybody, it's Anita with Better Love Movement. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to personally thank you for attending last night's Feminine Power Mastery Workshop. Sara Lena and I are so thankful, so grateful that if you were able to attend and participate, we just so appreciate you all. We so appreciate you all taking in this information, and we're very passionate about this subject. So if you want to learn more about the Feminine Power Way, we talked at length about some of the ways that you can reach out and contact us. We both have courses online. You can subscribe to our YouTube channels, follow us on social media. We look forward to continuing this conversation, continuing interacting with you. So this is your replay of last night's workshop. And if you attended last night, you're already aware that we had a lot of hiccups. We had a lot of technical difficulties with the recording, with the PowerPoint that we had. We just had a lot of difficulties, but I believe this recording still has value. There's a lot of great information in here that I believe, the ladies still got. And so we're going to put this replay out. I hope you enjoy it. Even if you were not able to attend live, I'd like for you to sit down, take an hour, a little over an hour, and watch through the replay and connect with us. Tell us what you think. Reach out to us on our different platforms and just let us know what you think. If you're interested in coaching services, Sara Lena, SaraLenaCoachingServices.com. You can go to betterlovemovement.com and reach out to us. We are here for you. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this replay. See you soon. Welcome, welcome. Okay. All right. We are going to give it a few minutes. There we go. We're back on this. Okay. Hey. Oh, good. Yes. Okay. So I see people coming in. Hello. And we're trying to give you all just a few minutes. See if we can. We have about 80 plus people registered for tonight. So I want to give people a chance to get in, get settled, so we can get started. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're working with some tech, but you know what? We're working it out. So I like to fly by the seat of my pants for these events, for these workshops that I do live, and it is what it is. I mean, it's got to get done, so we got to do it. We got to make it happen. We're going to have to kind of admit people, because people are in a waiting room, and so that was one of the things I did not anticipate, but it's all good. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna figure it out. I see somebody waiting. Let me see. Admit. There we go. All right. So we're gonna get started. We're looking at two different times. There's a time on our computer that's a little faster than the time on our phones. So, okay, we're gonna get started. All right, but you can see and hear us. Great, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna introduce ourselves. Sara Lena, take it away.
Peace, everybody. I am Sara Lena, certified professional coach and femininity expert. And today I am going to be discussing the portion of business and the feminine approach to business as it relates to gaining supporters, clients, and customers.
Awesome. And my name is Anita Stoudemire. I am the owner and founder of Better Love Movement. I also have a brick and mortar private practice in the real world. Growth Therapy Center is my private counseling practice. So I do a little bit of everything. I am a licensed therapist, and I am also a dating and relationship coach and a love mentor. So relationships is my thing. It's my passion. I am niching my practice down to just seeing couples. That's how excited and crazy I am to help people's relationships get better, grow stronger, be long lasting. So we are here tonight to present some information to you all, and I know it's going to benefit you. You're going to
Absolutely.
learn so much today.
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right. So we're going to get started. I was hoping that we would have a chance to let some more people in, but we will let them in as we get started. So I'm going to pull up my presentation. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see. And I may have to do that first. Let me see. Okay. So I think I'm sharing this. There we go. All right. I'm going to start from the beginning. All right. Hopefully everybody can see and hear. I'm going to make this smaller. Okay, so Feminine Power Mastery. This is one of my favorite workshops to put on. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. I am very passionate about all things feminine power. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Just in case we need to let people in. Hopefully it'll let me know. Okay, that we need to let people in. All right. Hopefully it'll let me know that we need to let people in. Let's see. All right, so this is brought to you today, my portion, by Better Love Movement, Vintage Love in a Modern Day World. That is my online business, and that is my dating and relationship coaching business. I also create all types of products, and I'll talk to you about those a little later. All right, so what is feminine power? So many women tell me that, you know, feminine power, I mean, I'm a woman, so I know all about that, right? Not necessarily. There are a lot of females of the female gender that do not embrace or exude femininity or feminine energy. So one of the things that I like to use this example to explain to people about what feminine power is there was a Greek playwright named Aristophanes, and many, many years ago, 411 BC to be exact, he wrote a play called Lysistrata. And this play was all about the women of Greece, that the men were in this war. They were in the Peloponnesian War, and the women grew tired of this war because their men were going off to war, their sons, their fathers, their nephews, and their uncles. And I mean, this war was dragging on. People were dying. And so the women came together and they decided to come up with a way to end this war. And they decided that they would withhold something from their men in order to put an end to this war. And you can only guess what that was. It was sex, sexual intimacy. And so all the women decided that they would stop sleeping with their men until this war ended, that they were not going to have sex with their men anymore until this war ended. And it worked, and it worked. So we're all made up of two different types of energy. There's masculine energy and there's feminine energy. These energies reside in both men and women, both energies at the same time. Masculine energy is a driven and conquering energy. It is respectable. It's respected. It is very focused. It is competitive and controlling, okay? It's how we get things done. It's how we make things happen. Now, feminine energy is a more receptive energy. It is more patient and passive. It is a vulnerable energy. It is a cherished energy. So it takes two complementary energies to create a long-lasting, deeply intimate romantic relationship. So in the Chinese culture, this would be yin and yang, okay? So the yin energy, which is the female energy, and the yang energy, which is the male energy. Or it's just like how we have the sun and the moon. So the moon is very reminiscent of feminine energy as far as emotions and all of that. And then the sun is more of the masculine energy. So when we put two masculine energies together, this creates competition. This creates a power struggle. And so I see this a lot in relationships where we will have a masculine energy woman And we'll have a masculine energy man. And there's a lot of headbutting. There's a lot of this drive for power. And eventually, you know, one or both, they get exhausted. They get exhausted, and these relationships don't last because there's just too much infighting. Okay, what's happening? I apologize. Let me try to get to the next slide. Technical difficulties. Okay. All right, I'm going to escape out and figure out why we're having tech problems. Sorry about this. What is going on? Huh, it happens. Yeah, where we have these technical difficulties. Let me figure out what's going on, why we can't go to the next slide. Did we lose our, no, it's still on. That is odd. Did we lose our tech? Because I cannot escape out. Let me see if I can stop share. Okay, sorry about that. We're trying to figure out what is going on with the tech. Can you see us? Okay, good. All right, we're gonna try to get back in here. Okay, let's see if it will let us go on. There we go.
There we go.
Sorry about that. It happens. Like I said, I'm just, you know, I just show up. This is what it is. Okay, so on to our energies. So our two feminine energies, when they come together, they create passivity, and usually there's a lack of chemistry. Now, here's what I've found, that when we have a relationship where there are two feminine energies, there's usually a good friendship, but there isn't much passion. You know, these are the relationships I see where the man and the woman are great friends. You know, they do things together and they, you know, they like each other's company, but there's no real passion, and usually nothing gets done. There's a lot of just, you know, nothing really gets done. So in our modern day culture, women have really been encouraged, especially since the feminist movement, they've been encouraged to like have it all, right? They're supposed to work outside of the home. They're supposed to come home, have a husband, have all these kids. Their home is supposed to look perfect. They're supposed to look perfect. That's the dream. That's the having it all dream. But we know realistically, it's more like this. It is insanity. So you are working all day, you're coming home, the house is a wreck, the kids are doing their thing, maybe your husband is helping, maybe not, and you're exhausted, you're tired, you're like over it, okay? Here's what I want to suggest, and here's the mission that I'm on. The mission that I'm on is to bring us back to our feminine side, especially when you are outside of work. I want you to drop down into your feminine energy when you leave the work that you do. I want you to come back to your feminine side. So one of the ways we know we are operating in our masculine is when we are over functioning. And this was a word that was coined by another coach, but I believe that it is so appropriate. And I know so many women that are in this space. They are over functioning. So are you guilty of doing any of these things? Especially when it comes to your relationships. Are you doing for your man? Are you doing favors without being asked? Are you planning all the dates or the outings or the trips? Are you buying things for him without him asking you to? Are you doing all of the calling, all of the texting, all of the emailing? And then when he does offer to help, your mantra is, oh no, that's okay. I got it. I'm going to do it. It's okay. It's good. And lastly, we're doing all of this because really deep down, we don't trust him. We don't trust that he's going to get it right or do it the way we do it. Here's the secret, ladies. We have got to get out of our heads. We have got to get out of this overthinking cycle that we're in and we have got to connect with our hearts. That's what feminine energy is. It is not in our head. It is not a thinking. It is a feeling energy. It is dropping down into our bodies and feeling again. So the true connection starts with taking care of yourself, loving yourself, self-care and self-love. That's how you're going to reconnect with this energy. You're going to make it all about you. You are going to take amazing care of yourself. You're going to work on your self-esteem and your confidence and your self-love. That's what's going to bring you back.
We can't see the screen.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Oh, did you hear me?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Who is
Oh,
it?
I unmuted it. Everybody's been texting like we can't see the screen.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing too. We couldn't see the
Oh, now we
screen,
can.
but I guess my monitor wasn't working.
And I'm gonna share the screen because we may have been, there we go. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get you back.
Well, thank you for saying
Yes,
something.
thank
Whoever that
you.
was.
I was texting you too, Sarah. I was like, tell her we can't.
I heard my phone vibrate. I was like, what is this?
I was like, she's right
Oh.
now.
Okay, but we're gonna admit some people and then, okay, there we go. All right, so hopefully we got everybody in. There we go. And okay, now I can see you guys, and then we're gonna share our screen. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. There we go, share. Okay. All right. I'm trying to get back to where we were from the current slide. There we go. Okay, you guys can see, hopefully. Good. All right. So good. So thank you so much. Self-love. What does self-love look like? Self-love looks like putting yourself first. And I know when I say that, that is scary. Like as soon as I say that to any woman, any mother, they freak out. They completely freak out when I say that. But self-love looks like, when I say putting yourself first, it basically looks like I'm taking care of my basic needs. Let me figure out how to get this window away. Okay, hopefully it will fade. Okay. So it basically looks like you're meeting your needs first, your basic needs first. It looks like you are doing things that make you feel really good. It looks like taking time for yourself when you can, and I really encourage people to do this every day. It looks like treating yourself. It looks like buying something that maybe you wouldn't normally buy, something maybe that's expensive, but believing deep down that you're worth it. So that self-love and that self-care is so important. That's going to help you to reconnect with your feminine side. So feminine power is knowing that you have great influence. And you, as women, are the guardian of connection and relationship. Okay, let me admit. And then we're trying to get this off of the screen, if I can. I don't know if it's going to let me. Okay. In the words of one of my famed mentors, Dr. Pat Allen, she wrote a book, it's brilliant. It's called It's a Man's World and a Woman's Universe. And it basically talks about how men are in charge of things, but women are in charge of everything else, like the air and the sun and just everything else, the other resources in the world. Okay, so mindset plays a big part here. Mindset is everything. It's where we're going to start to work on and changing our beliefs. A lot of women, they have these beliefs, whether it's, I'm not good enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not pretty enough, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have the education, or whatever it is they think they're lacking. That's all really a mindset game. So once you can master that, you can pretty much do anything. And so I want you to ask yourself, what am I thinking? And what am I saying every day? And I really pay attention to people and what they say. And a lot of times I will challenge what they say by saying, do you want that to be true? Like they will say things that I know, they're just saying as a knee-jerk response, they're just saying it, or they're saying it because that's what they're seeing, but I know that's not what they want to be true. And so I ask them to challenge that. Do you want that to be true? So think about what your limited beliefs are about these subjects. So men, we hear a lot of women say, all men are dogs, all men cheat, men can't be faithful. Or women, oh, I can't be friends with women. I don't have any women friends. All women are catty. Or love is hard. Or relationships, oh, relationships are so hard. Money, sex, work, family. We can go on and on. So I'm a big believer in the power of affirmations because I know we already use affirmations. And it's simply the things that we're saying over and over, day in and day out. And a lot of those things are things we don't even want to be true, but yet we say them. So here are some healthy affirmations that you can start to say. And here's the thing, you're gonna know this affirmation, like it pushes a button in you, especially if you say it and the first thing your mind thinks is, that's a lie. That's a lie, that's not right. So I always attract healthy, available men. My relationship is loving and supportive. And again, someone may push back and say, but my relationship is not loving and supportive. But do you want it to be? So I want you to start with your words. Start to change things with the words that you're saying and the things that you're thinking. Men are magnetically attracted to me. The men I meet are open and available for long-term commitment. My partner is faithful and loyal. So I know everybody on this workshop, everyone on this call wants these things to be true. So I just want to challenge you to start saying them. Say what you want to be true and watch how energetically things start to turn around. So what is one of the most powerful words a feminine energy woman can use? This is the most powerful word the feminine energy woman has. It is no. And so if you are over functioning, this is probably a word you're not using very often, which is no. So here are some variations on the word no. And you can use it in a myriad of situations. You can say, not yet, not now, I'm not comfortable with that, I'm not ready for that, no thank you, not until I have a commitment, not until I'm married, not without protection, I don't want, okay? Now the feminine energy woman, she gets what she wants by knowing what she doesn't want. I want you to focus on all the things you don't want in your relationship or in your dating. That's going to make it really easy to get what you want. So here's a little tip that I'm going to give you about men and dealing with men. So men have 3 distinct needs. They have to have meaningful achievement and purpose. They have a need to provide, and they have a need to be respected. And the last one, I often tell women, respect to a man is like air. They have to be respected. So all you have to do is show them how they can win. How can they win with you? What needs to happen? And again, I sometimes will do that by just letting a man know what I don't want. And then I let him kind of figure out, okay, well, she says she doesn't want that. I'm going to try this, and that makes him feel really good when he gets it right. Like when he gets it right, he wins. And that's every man. Every man wants to win with you. So words every man wants to hear from a woman. This is a big one. This is a big, big one. Wow, that's a great idea. Okay. Yeah, that totally makes sense, right? You are so right. So a lot of men, their love language is words of affirmation. Like when you affirm them with your words, they love that. I just loved it when you, okay, they long to hear that. I believe in you. You're so smart. I know you'll handle it. It feels so good when you, and then you fill in the blank. I'm trying to let people in, sorry. Okay, what happened? Let's see if we can, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to let people in. Okay. Enjoy, oh, this is a big one. I heard this just the other day from a couple where the husband said, oh, my wife doesn't want me to go out with my friends or have a good time without her. And so I encourage her now to say, no, enjoy your time with your friends or going out or just fishing or whatever he was doing. This is a huge one. I trust you. And I'm so glad to see you. And I really encourage my ladies to work on that. Like when you see your man, just smile. You know, sometimes it's as simple as smiling when you all are apart and you see each other again. That can make him feel really good. Okay, we're having all kind of problems. Hold on one second, because we're having all kind of problems. All right. Let me see if it'll let me stop sharing. Because for some reason, we're having all kind of technical difficulties. Okay, sorry about that. We're going to try again. I don't know why we're having all these technical difficulties. I made sure I changed the batteries in this. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Let's move on. So, men react best to positive reinforcement. That's how you actually condition a man to give you more of what you want. Believe it or not, and I know deep down a lot of women kind of know this. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you. I thank you so much. Y'all are doing great. Thank you for reminding us. Okay, there we go. So share. Okay, thank you. See, we love you all. Y'all are helping us so much. Okay, great. All right. So men's number one complaints, at least what I hear in therapy and in coaching, is that she only tells me when I'm doing something wrong. She's nagging me. She's, always complaining or criticizing. And the truth is, they do not respond to that. And I know some of us know this. Like we'll get into a cycle where we'll start criticizing or we'll nag or we'll say the same thing over and over. Men do not respond to that. They respond to positive reinforcement. So we kind of have to catch them doing the right thing. And I know this is going to sound, like over the top, but be over the top. Like really make a big deal about it. And then that burns in their brain, wow, she really liked it when I took out the trash last night. Maybe I'll do it again, really like jump up and down, oh my gosh, I can't believe you took the trash out. Thank you so much. That was just so wonderful. So sometimes you just got to go over the top with it. So here's what ladies need to know more than anything. Your feminine power attracts men to you. That's your secret sauce. It is not just how you look. It is not what you have. It's not how educated you are. It's really your energy. It's the energy that you bring to a man that he can't get from another man. Okay? Men seek us out for this. They want emotional support from us. Okay? So I really need women to understand this. There was something going around recently where it talked about a guy was saying, well, men are not interested in all that other stuff that you women do. They're only interested in looks. It's deeper than looks. It really is the energy and essence of a woman. That's what attracts a man. Now, he doesn't want a man who's a dummy. He loves the fact that you're educated. He loves that you're smart. He loves that you're business minded and that, you're doing great things out in the world. That makes him very proud of you. But it's really something deeper. It's that energy that you bring, that softness, that emotional support that he can't get from other men, definitely not from other men out there in the world. So that's why it's so important to work on this feminine energy. So again, most men don't have the emotional support that women do, right? We've got girlfriends, we've got people to talk with, and we do it on the regular. We go through breakups, we cry to our friends and talk to them. Men don't do this. They don't do that. So it's so important that when you're with your man, that you're allowing him to be emotional if he needs to be, right? To emotionally connect. This is his only time in which to do that.
So it's really important that you be a safe place for him to open up and be himself, okay? Give him time, though. Give him time to bridge that physical attraction and that real love. And this is what I tell my ladies, that we don't want to jump right out there and give up all the goods, because men need time. They need time in which to get to know you. They need time in which to be in your energy and your essence. And here's another secret. Men need to invest. A man who is given something without working for it will not respect it, will not honor it. He will not feel like he even deserves it. He will take it, okay? He will take it, but in the end, he will not cherish it. So it's really important that you allow a man to invest in you. So let me leave you with this piece of advice. And this has been very controversial, but I have witnessed this in my life over and over and over. And it is, men fall in love when they don't quite have what they want, when they are longing for you. So this is one of those things that is just, it's driving me crazy, but it's what it is. So men fall in love with a woman when they're away from their woman. We fall in love with a man when we're with our man. And so sometimes I tell my ladies, you know, let there be some mystery. Like, let there be some longing. You know, keep your life, keep busy, do what you do, maintain your home and your family and your career, and allow that man some space from you, because that's actually what men need. When they're away from us, they are thinking of us and they're like creating this scene with us. And that's really what's creating the love. That's really what's creating the longing. But when we're right up on them all of the time, yeah, that's cool at first, but in the end, he's going to need some space from you to really long for you. So give a man space. So if you want to learn more about feminine power mastery, especially in relationships, I have a course. It is on the Udemy platform. It is called 30 Days to Mastering Your Feminine Power. And if you use that promo code, betterlove5, you can get $5 off of it. And from my understanding, the course is actually on sale right now. Every, I think, 7 days, the course goes on sale, so you can get $5 additional off. But it will dive deep. There is a tool that I teach all of my ladies in coaching. And when I tell you this tool, it is the secret sauce to getting a man hooked, right? It is the one tool that I teach all of my coaching clients, and it works every time. I've used it. I use it over and over and over, but it is going to be in this course. So if you want to know more about that, check out the course online. If you have any questions about dating or relationships, you can reach out to me on Magnify. Magnify is an app. You can download it on your phone, and it allows you to video chat or call me. You can even text me for free. If you've never used it before, your first 5 minutes of talking or video chat is free. So check that out. And if you want to connect with me on social media, so it is Better Love Movement everywhere. Instagram, Facebook page, YouTube channel. And if you want to check out more products and services on my website, go to betterlovemovement.com. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, and the podcast, I almost forgot. So I am on the 47th episode of the podcast, Better Love Movement. And these are all the platforms in which you can listen to it. So if you want more content, more answering people's questions and we do all kinds of different themes. People write in and they ask questions and then they give me ideas for topics, but please check out the podcast. Thank you so much. All right, let me stop share. Where did it go? Okay, we're back. Okay, we're gearing up for Sara Lena. And oh, awesome. I'm reading some of the comments. We get to read some of the comments. Okay, let's see. All right, definitely not so. All right, cool, good. All right, so I'm gonna load up Sara Lena's. All right, and then I have to do screen share. Oh, what just
What
happened?
is going on?
Hold on. What just happened?
It's like you have to slide it down to connect.
There we go.
It's like not on the
Did I hit
paper.
for a second?
I don't know.
There we go. I hit something. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to screen share. Let me just lower this and we're going to screen share. I'm going to let Sara Lena take over. Okay, this should be you. Or is this you? Let's see. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to get her started from the beginning and let her take over.
All right.
You just press enter.
Just press enter. Okay. Now, what is all this black stuff at the top?
That's a good question. What is that?
Give me one moment, ladies.
Yeah.
I'm not technical. This
Yeah.
is not my thing.
Hold on, sorry. Oh, okay, somebody's in the meeting room. All right, we're just letting people in. There we go. All right, we're going to start from the beginning.
All right.
Any second now.
All right, and I just press enter.
There we go. Yep.
All right, so this is the feminine approach to business. And I'm going to be talking about gaining supporters, clients, and customers with feminine energy. And I'm Sara Lena.
And you just click it.
I am a certified professional coach and femininity expert. I'm an entrepreneur, author, YouTube influencer, course creator, workshop organizer, event host, youth mentor, and I do all of this as a mother of 3. So why a feminine approach to business? Isn't she funny? I missed that name. Why a feminine approach to business? Like, why not just keep it masculine? Which is some women would think that, okay? So when women take a masculine approach to gaining supporters, oftentimes you can come off as super pushy, super salesy, and super annoying, like a little annoying little Annette that's just like, hey, look my business, look my business, look my business. And like you just jumping into people's faces, you know, instead of allowing them to be attracted to your business. You become overworked because you're told that that's how you do good business, but then you end up stressed out from overworking because you're still not getting the results that you want. When you take a masculine approach, you end up comparing yourselves to other women in an unhealthy way, and you end up focusing only on your own faults and flaws and all the ways you're not good enough. And this causes you to suppress your authentic self because you feel like you can't be your true self in order to gain supporters. You feel like you have to be like somebody else, which is not true. Okay, you end up struggling to make more money because in order to do so, you must be willing to be vulnerable. But a lot of women today feel that vulnerability is weak. All right, and you end up competing with women that you should and could be collaborating with, and you begin to see no value in being feminine when you take a masculine approach to business. All right, so I'm going to be talking about attracting people based on what their needs are, the know, like, trust principle, the feminine way, collaboration, and self-care, and how all of that relates to business. So this is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and basically it just lets us know what the needs are of people. And if you are not getting the basic needs or the safety needs, it's going to be kind of hard to focus on anything at the top. Okay, so the only reason why I'm showing you this is because you need to determine how your business, your service, or your idea, your product, how it fulfills people's needs, because people want to be at peace. People want to know that your business can help them in some type of way. You can fulfill their needs, because that is what feminine is about, is going within. Okay, and so me, for example, I am a coach. It doesn't make much sense for me to try to get supporters who only are focusing on paying their bills. And I'm sitting here saying, oh, well, I can show you how to be the best you can be and reach your fullest potential. And like, I'm just trying to pay my bill next week. You know, it doesn't make sense. Now you can use this, but I prefer using chakras, the chakra charts. What do I do?
We're going to admit somebody.
Yeah, this isn't my thing. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with chakras, you have the root chakra, which is based in survival and security. Then you have the sacral or the sacral chakra. That's all about sexuality, creativity, emotions. And you have the solar plexus. That's all about willpower and your gut your gut instinct, you know, being brave. You know, the next is the heart chakra. That's all about forgiveness, love, compassion. Then you have the throat chakra, communication, self-expression. Then you have the third eye, that is intuition, imagination. And then you have the crown chakra, spirituality, enlightenment. Okay, so why is any of this relevant? Because when you, okay, it's not working. Well, we're gonna find out in 1 second why it's relevant as soon as we can get this thing to work.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, you all. I don't know why this is giving us so much trouble. Okay. All right. I apologize.
Thank
Okay,
you.
There we go.
All right, because people consume based on which area of their life is incomplete. Okay, people buy things based on what they need in their life. So if you can solve someone's problem or you can make them feel complete with your business, service, product, you will gain loyal supporters. So determine which area of their life needs, which needs your product, service, or areas fulfill in their life. You know, so attract people with these needs by showing them how your business can take them from being imbalanced to being balanced. So if you look on this side, let's say you have a clothing business or something like that. You would have to figure out which of these needs will your clothing business fulfill. A lot of times this has to do with somebody wanting acceptance or just wanting to be able to express themselves. When you can figure this out, then you'll know which words to use, which terminology to use. Letting somebody else in.
All right. Sorry about that.
And again, you don't want to try to promote to someone that doesn't need it, because that is when you come off as pushy and forcing yourself on people. You want to try to make sure you are.
Okay, sorry. No, this, I don't know what is wrong with this. We're having all kind of problems.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We're going to stop share so we can figure out what is happening with all of these problems.
Okay.
Here we go.
When you focus on the needs of others rather than just pushing and forcing your business on just anybody, you gain loyal and consistent supporters. People feel as though your intentions are truly to help them and not just to make money. You don't have to push hard to find supporters, they'll come to you. So what I've learned within my business is that most of my supporters are working women, because what I do is I help women balance their work life and their love life.
Yeah, we were not sharing. Sorry about that.
Oh, y'all
sorry.
can't see.
Yeah, sorry about that. Let me try to get us back. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, you all. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these issues. Okay, there we go. Yes.
Right. So I help women balance their work life and their love life. And so most of the people that are attracted to me are working women. And so I know which words to use. I use certain words on purpose. I discuss certain topics on purpose. So you need to figure out how to fulfill someone's needs so that you won't just seem like you're out for money, that you truly have their best interest in heart and mind. You truly have great intentions when it comes to helping them, and that your product, service, business can help them in some way. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the know, like, trust principle, the feminine way. Okay. So can I get this to play?
Yeah, let's see.
It's just the
let's see.
GIF or whatever it's called. GIF. I don't know. That's one of my favorite
Okay.
movies. Yes. Okay. So the know, like, trust principle. Who are you? What do you do? Should I care? Do I like you? Can I relate to you? Are you an expert? Can you help me? Have others have success? Okay. The feminine key to the know, like, trust principle is vulnerability. Okay. And this is a trait that most women consider to be a sign of weakness, but it can be a very powerful attribute. Okay. It allows you to resonate with and become relatable to people. You can inspire people that you've never met, gain influence, make connections, and demonstrate to people that they are not alone, which is a big one because a lot of people do feel alone nowadays. It allows you to stand out and identify yourself against other people that have the exact same kind of business that you have, and share your expertise. It allows you to develop a niche audience. Okay, so why women aren't vulnerable today? A lot of women, a lot of women don't want to be seen as weak in the strong woman era. Okay, a lot of women are ashamed of what they've been through. A lot of people do not want to hurt someone else's reputation. That was a big one for me. I was really quiet about sexual abuse and all types of things that went on in my family because I didn't want to hurt anybody's reputation. But when I did start sharing my story a couple of years ago, I gained a lot of influence and I gained a lot of clients as well. Okay. A lot of women don't want to be tied down to or associated with their past. They don't want to be known for a pathetic woman. They'll be known for a weak woman. They don't want to be known for someone that had something bad happen to them. What we got? Okay.
Yeah, that's so odd.
Oh my
goodness. I
goodness.
know.
Bear with us. We're going to get through this.
Yeah, because we're trying to figure out why it will work, and then sometimes it won't. So I apologize. Yeah, we're gonna get there. Okay, now we gotta share.
Yeah.
Again. Okay, sorry, we're gonna share it again, and hopefully it will allow us, to get through it. Not sure why this is giving us so much trouble.
All right.
Okay, let's try again. Will it let us go on? Oh, did we go too far?
And this is good. We can
Okay.
start with him
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so these are 3 of the biggest mistakes people make when they're being vulnerable. Number 1 is that you're looking for sympathy. Okay, your intention is very important when it comes to being vulnerable. If you are being vulnerable with the intent to receive pity or sympathy from people, then you will not get the same results. People are not going to view you as an expert on the matter. They're not going to look at you as someone that can help them. Rather, they're going to look at you as someone that needs to be helped. Okay. Another mistake people make is that they do it while they are still sensitive to the experience. If you have not yet healed from that experience, it's best to not speak on it yet until you are confident you have overcome it. Because if you're still sensitive to the situation, then you'll be easily triggered, and people will use that story against you.
Can we click on this?
I think he did it already.
Oh,
He just said you need to get help.
Yeah.
And the third biggest mistake is that you don't share the triumph. When you're being vulnerable, you need to share how you overcame that struggle. The purpose of the story is to inspire by ending with some type of victory. Okay, so if there is no victory or triumph in the end, it's not inspiration at all. It's just really sad. OMG. It's not working for me.
I don't know what is the problem. Okay, let me do a pause share. Will it let us pause the share? Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
What you do? Okay. All right. So the proper way to be vulnerable is to share to inspire others. Share because you are proud of what you have overcome. Share in order to help those who may be experiencing the same thing. Share to give your expertise through your experience, and share to identify yourself. Okay. Now, when you start to be vulnerable and you start sharing your experiences, you end up inspiring people. And notice all 4 of these words begin with "in," which is what the feminine is about, going within. In order to inspire people, you need to be able to resonate with them. They need to be able to feel something, okay, when you tell your story. So as you inspire people, you begin to gain influence, because people feel like now they know you a little bit better, and oftentimes they'll feel like they like you a little bit better once you become vulnerable. Again, they feel like they're not alone, okay? And it shows that you are brave in a sense, and it gives them permission to share their story as well, okay? So that inspiration turns from know to like to influence, and then once you get that influence, that is when you inform people. You bring value. You teach them. You don't just keep sharing your story over and over and over again. At some point, now that you have their attention, you need to give them some type of value. Teach them something. And as you begin to inform them, that builds trust, because again, now they know that you truly want to help them. Okay? So as you build that trust and you start to inform them, then you instruct. You give them step-by-step instructions on how to overcome what they're going through, what you went through. Okay? A lot of people are going through things that you have overcome in your life, and they are willing to pay you in order to teach them how to get out of that. And that is your experience. Those are your credentials. Your experience, what you went through. A lot of people feel like they don't have enough credentials or education. What you went through, that's your credentials right there. You know, and so you are an expert in what you went through and how you got out of it, okay? And so these are just a few examples. There's so many different examples. I just wrote down anything here. A few examples on things that you can be vulnerable about. Being bullied, struggling with low self-esteem and how you got out of that. Going through a bad breakup, finding love after a heartbreak, failing a test but still passing the course, failing a course but still graduating, health issues you overcame, a dress that you couldn't fit into but now you can, a miscarriage or difficulties with pregnancy but now you have a child, going back to work after having a baby, being evicted, having your lights turned off, having your car repossessed, or any other financial struggle that you overcame, overcoming depression, loneliness, anxiety, homelessness, addiction, disease, any of that, any area of your life that you struggled in but were able to overcome. This is your story, and you can apply this to any business. I know some people feel like, well, how in the world can that apply to my business? I'm not a coach, I'm not an author, I'm not a speaker. Let's say you have, again, a clothing business, you can tell a story about how someone that was once maybe struggling with low self-esteem or not being able to express themselves in a way, how that person or you yourself, how your products, your clothing line has now helped them in that way, help them overcome that. And now they do have confidence. Now they can express themselves, okay? So that is just one example. And I go into so much more detail about this in my course. But all right, so now we're going to get into collaboration. All right, this is self-explanatory. Group collaboration. Okay, people support what they help to create. So this is something that you need to remember. People will always support what they help to create, and they can help to create through collaboration. When people, I'm going to go to the bottom part of it, when people do that, when you include people, they feel like they are involved, they feel like they're a part of something, they feel like their input or their expertise is appreciated or needed, they feel like they have some type of meaning or purpose, they can contribute to something. So people want to be a part of something. People want to collaborate, okay? And there are different ways that you can do this. You can do this through polls. You can ask for feedback through private group messages, private group pages, asking people what they want or what they would prefer. So this is something that I do on my social media. This is something that my fiance does on his social media. We will literally ask people, what is something that you want? For example, he is a music producer, and so he asks people all the time, what is a beat that you would like? Or what is a song that you would like to hear remixed? And so he gets a group collaboration. His followers always come in and say what they want, and when he puts it out, he makes sales instantly, okay? So when you are able to do that, when you can get feedback, you can just make a simple post and say, hey, what is something that you would like to see that you haven't seen in the food industry or in whatever industry you have, and get that feedback. This is all part of collaboration, and collaboration is to feminine what competition is to masculine. Okay, now when women don't collaborate, we feel isolated, we feel alone, we feel like we don't have any support from other women. We are constantly feeling that our position is being threatened when we do not collaborate with other women. Okay, we feel like we got to compete with another woman. We feel like she's better than us in some type of way, or we're trying to find ways to prove that we're better than her. And it does something to our self-esteem. It causes us to be exhausted and stressed because we end up doing a lot of extra work when we really don't have to. We can split it half and half with somebody else. You end up having no social life oftentimes. You end up lonely and always comparing yourself to other women, and none of that is healthy. Okay, so why don't women collaborate? Because they feel the need to compete in order to get ahead. A lot of us, again, as Anita was talking about, a lot of us do not understand the power of feminine energy, and competitiveness is a masculine trait. And so when you go through life doing things through competition, controlling, and assertiveness, aggression all the time is needed sometimes, but when you do it all the time, it really does go against what it is to be feminine. And when you feel like you have to use those masculine traits in order to get ahead, you're basically saying that somehow femininity is inferior to masculine, and that's not true. Okay, but another reason women don't collaborate is because we don't believe that there's room for more than one woman at the table. We believe that only one woman can be at the top. We believe that at the top it's supposed to be a bunch of men and maybe one or two women naked, and that's not true. You know, we don't want to seem inferior or inadequate to other women. We feel like if we share the spotlight with another woman, it's gonna make us look like we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not whatever enough. You know, a lot of women are used to being in control of everything. When you, especially if you're like a single mother or if you have your own business and you've had it for a while, sometimes when you try to collaborate with other women, you don't realize that you are taking on that assertive role. And that can be an issue sometimes with collaboration. A lot of women believe that they don't get along with other women, which is something else that Anita spoke about in her portion. When we convince ourselves that we just don't get along with other females, we pretty much tell ourselves that we can't do it before we even try, you know? So these are reasons women don't collaborate. And when you collaborate, you need to be able to complement each other's strengths. Okay, you don't need to look at what her strengths are as a need to compete with her, but as a way to complement each other's strengths. You know, and these are things that you need to look for. Do you share a similar message? Do you share a similar passion? Do you like this woman's personality? How does she do business? Does she have a following? Does she have good content? Does she have a venue? Does she have experience? Does she have credentials? Okay, now again, none of this is to compare or compete with her, but it's to bring balance and for you all to complement each other. So like whatever you don't have, she has it. Whatever she doesn't have, you have it. And this takes a lot of stress off of you for trying to do things that you can't do on your own, or things that you feel like you probably aren't the best at. You can give that role to her and y'all come together and collaborate in that way. Throw events together and all types of things, you know. Women are designed to flourish and grow together. Collaborate and support each other by giving each other referrals. Refer somebody else to that business, you know. Share ideas, share resources. Don't just be stingy. If you know that the resources you have or the information you have has helped you in a good way, be willing to share it with someone else. You know, don't be so stingy. You know, give suggestions. You know, especially, you know, if people ask, you know, don't just be out here just giving it. Like, if nobody asks, that's too much. Attend events when they throw them. Like you all are attending this one. Thank you for your support. Partnering up with each other for an event or project. Supporting each other monetarily. Sharing and commenting on social media. A lot of people don't realize how supportive that is. A simple share or comment can go a long way, okay? And so the last thing I want to discuss in this is self-care. If you don't take away anything else from this, remind yourself or take away this: you are your brand. The way you care for and represent yourself can make or break your business. When people look at you, they're looking at your business, how you dress, how you behave, the things you post on social media, your moods, your energy, the things you talk about. All of that is representing your business, whether you think it is or not. And what you have to understand is you gotta nourish to flourish. You have to take care of yourself. We have a very masculine approach to being productive. But caring for yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in every other way, that's the feminine approach to being productive. Because self-care is vital and it affects your money if you are not taking care of yourself. When you care for yourself properly, you become more magnetic. And when you're magnetic, things come easily to you, including supporters, customers, and clients. Not only do you attract what you want, but you are more creative and you're able to put your best works forward when you are caring for yourself properly. When you are not doing what you need to do to take care of yourself, oftentimes you end up having to do things over and over and over again because you weren't pleased with the first outcome, because you weren't taking care of yourself the first time. You weren't mentally where you should have been. You weren't spiritually where you should have been. Or you end up creating something that you just don't like and you never do put it out. Okay? So people want to work with you or learn from you if they aspire to be more like you in some way, or they see value in your lifestyle. No one wants to be stressed and strapped to a desk all day. No one wants to be angry or complaining all the time. No one wants to be struggling. No one wants to be desperate. No one wants to be unhealthy. And these are just a few examples. So if this is how you are representing yourself in any way at all, then people are not going to want to support your business, because they're going to be like, well, why should I come to you for whatever? How are you going to fulfill my needs when you are a mess yourself? You know what I mean? So you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And I put just a few different examples on here. There are so many different ways that you can take care of yourself. But one, I put meditation and detoxing. Detoxing is my favorite one. And when I say detoxing, I mean to detach from toxic, anything that's toxic, detaching from anything toxic, whether that be food, people, music, thoughts, environments. Detach from it. Get away from it. Eliminate all of that stuff out of your life, because it is only going to drain you. It is going to distract you, and you don't need it. This does not serve a good purpose in your life, then you don't need it. Detach from it. Eliminate it, okay? Positive affirmations, which is something that Anita touched on. You definitely need to always make sure you are speaking positively to yourself. Your mentality is everything. So what you are thinking the most is what you're going to create in your life. So if you think a lot of negative thoughts, and then on top of thinking it, you speak it, you're pretty much just creating your own mess for yourself. You're just putting it out there in the universe. Okay? So that self-care is positive affirmations, talking to yourself like you love yourself and care about yourself. Okay? Spending time in nature. Nature, that is the Mother Earth. You know, they don't call her Mother Nature for no reason. Spend time in nature. Surrounding yourself with things that are aesthetically pleasing. Laughing. Getting a massage, a facial, sleeping, getting rest, dancing, reading, journaling, spending quality time with someone you love, and that makes you feel good and brings positive energy. These are all a few ways to just take care of yourself. And again, when you are taking care of yourself, you become more magnetic and you attract the things into your life that you want. All right, so any questions? Can we go to the thing?
All right. And because some of you ladies have the ability, I guess, to talk with us, I didn't know if you could unmute yourselves, but if you want to unmute and ask a question, that would be great. And I do see some comments. I see comments in the group chat, but you can, I believe you can unmute and ask questions.
Does anyone have any questions for either Anita or myself on feminine power mastery?
Okay, I hear somebody. Or you can type it in the chat. Let me see. Okay, but I'm reading some stuff in the chat. Okay, good. But anybody want to, if you have a specific question about business or relationships?
Okay.
All right, y'all are shy. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
You go back to my phone.
Okay.
I have nothing to say.
All right.
Keisha.
Anita?
Yes.
Hi, yes. My name is Miriam Johnson. I wanted to ask a question. I've been interested in starting like a YouTube channel, a business and emotional awareness. How did you start off going into your business? Like, I mean, for me, it's like I have all these experiences and, you know, helping myself, self-growth, self-awareness, reading a lot of books. I have a lot of resources to share with people, but I just don't know where to start. That's my big thing.
Okay. Well, Sara Lena is the YouTube expert. I am new in that platform. My platform of choice is podcasting. That's what I'm most passionate about. And that is a simple, easy, get a mic from Amazon, find a quiet space, have a computer. You can go on there and learn how to work Audacity. That's super, super easy. But Sara Lena can speak to you about how she built her YouTube channel, which she has a huge platform. That's more of her expertise.
Okay. Well, I would be interested in knowing how you did it. I mean, I don't know if do I need to get a course from you, or can you give me like a tip or something?
I can give you a tip, no problem.
Okay.
So one of the
Thanks.
ways is, like I said in my little portion here, is to be vulnerable and just share your story. Also, giving information, giving value to people. You know, when people feel like your intentions are great and you really want to help them become better, they'll gravitate towards you more naturally. Okay, and so as you do that and try to be consistent with it, I'm not as consistent with my YouTube channel as I was. But when I was very consistent, I was picking up followers like this.
Okay.
So just be consistent with your posting and make sure you are bringing value to people. Okay, and then once you share your story, again, you'll start to resonate with people and inspire people, which will allow you to gain influence.
Okay. And my other issue that you were just talking about is collaboration. So I'm originally from Belize, Central America. So like I practically don't have any friends. I joined this group to try and build relationship with, other females. And I haven't been able to attend any of the in-person group session, and I feel like I struggle. It's, I know that I feel that need because I feel isolated, and I feel like I can't go forward with my dreams because I need community, but it's so hard to connect with other women. It seems like a lot, like you guys were saying, a lot of women, they feel threatened if you have an idea. Yeah. And I don't want to judge anyone, but it's like now it's like people are just so closed in. It's so hard to find a group or to find, like, to try and build a relationship with someone. Do you think it's something that my approach or something that I might need to change?
What is your approach?
I don't know. I guess I'm shy. I try like talking and, find common interests. Not really go beyond that, I guess, because I do have fear of, like, don't want to get too personal with people because I don't know how they'll respond,
Right.
So
Are you in the meetup group, the Queens meetup group? Is that what you were talking about?
No, not that group, just in general, in trying to meet people. Yeah. I'm in the Queens meetup group, but I haven't had the time to go to like an in-person session. This is my first like interaction.
Welcome.
Yeah, you gotta come out.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's a huge thing. Now I'm motivated now, hearing from you guys, I'm motivated now to try and come out to a session.
Okay. Well, I don't want to make this an entire coaching session. I'm going to ask you one more question. I'm going to stop in case somebody else has a question.
Sure.
Let me ask you, when it comes to you trying to put yourself out there and make friends and get better acquainted with other women, you said that you were shy. You joined the group. You haven't had time to come to any events yet. So I just was wondering, in what way, like, in what way do you try to make friends? Do you ever make time to do anything, or do you have a very busy schedule to where you can't go out? Like, what do you do? Not as far as your business, but what do you do as far as to make friends?
Yeah, I've shared my contact information, and we would text back and forth, and then the person would just stop responding, and then I would be so that I've had several encounters like that where I've given my information, really excited about getting to know this person. I met with one person once, and we're friends on Facebook. We're not friends on Facebook anymore. I don't know if it's because I try to talk a lot because try to overcome my shyness and to break the ice, and it, like, people just stop responding, or just lose interest, I guess.
So do you
So
think it is you come on
Uh-huh.
too strong, or you don't? So you said you're shy, but you feel like you're saying too much. So do you feel like you're telling too much?
sometimes maybe, I think, because I will share a lot about myself and goals and all of that, and try to hear what they have to say. The people that I've met are more reserved. I don't know if that's what I'm attracting to myself, but yeah, that's my problem is, like, people lose interest and then they stop responding, or yeah. So that's my only thing.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'm gonna stop and let Miss Anita.
Yeah.
So these are women that you're dealing with, right? That you are trying to connect with. One of the things that I noticed about us as women is that, to take for example, let's say a man wanted to ask you out on a date, but he never came up with a plan. He never said what he wanted to do. He just kept texting you and keep messaging you. Hey, how you doing? What's up? How you doing? Hey, how you doing today? Yeah, let me tell you this about myself. Let me tell you that about myself. At some point, you're gonna be like, so we're gonna go out or we're gonna hang out? I mean, but like, what's the plan? All the times when you're dealing with women, you have to, okay, this is what we're going to do, and this is when we're going to do it. Are you going to be available on this day? So sometimes you do have to, when you're dealing with other women, you have to be the one to take that lead role in order to get something going, like Anita talked about. Somebody has to be in control at some point, or nothing's going to get done. And so that's what it seems like, something that you're dealing with, nothing's getting done. So you could suggest, or now that you are in the group, I'll try to be more frequent with my postings and event plannings, so that you can be available to, hopefully we can catch you at one in person.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Any other questions? Any other comments? We're gonna go back. Yes.
Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say thank you, ladies, so much. Well, my name's Keisha. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I guess my question's for Anita and Sara Lena. So I just discovered Sara Lena on YouTube of like I guess like a month ago or so. And I guess this question's for either one of you guys. But I am in a relationship. I've been in a relationship with this wonderful man for 5.5 years. And one thing that he said to me, he was just like, "Oh my God, like you're just so masculine. You just have all this masculine energy." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like I cook, I clean, I do everything for you." But then I'm like, I have this whole mindset of being like a alpha female. And he's an alpha male. Like he is a true masculine man. Like he's, and I was listening to what Sara Lena was saying about the 5 harsh realities of dating an alpha man. I'm like, oh my God, Sara, like please give me a break. But it's so true. So my question is on like really, I'm trying to channel in my femininity, but I also I consider myself an alpha female, but more so channeling my femininity, so not arguing as much, and just sometimes I'll just be like, he should just shut up and let him win the conversation, because I don't want to come off as strong. And it just really like I'll run to the bathroom, like, oh my God, like I can't say anything, but like I don't want to lose him because of that. So like what would you say is your like top 2 things of like, okay.
So number 1, the feminine woman is smart. She's brilliant. Okay? But she's also smart enough to know that she doesn't always have to put that on display.
Or have the last word.
That's right.
Okay.
Because guess what? She'd rather have the intimacy between her and her man than win an argument.
That is true. Okay.
Trumps winning. So that's what I want you to remember, that you're smart. You're brilliant. Okay? You might even be smarter than him. And you just, you know that. Like, hold that in. You know that. Okay? But I want you to focus on the intimacy with you and your man. That's the most important piece. rather than winning or having the last word.
Okay, thank you so much.
And can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, of course.
How do you identify? You said you believe that you are an alpha female. How do you describe an alpha female?
Like, I feel like an alpha female, like, she just needs to be in control of everything. Like, being this like powerful, like in an argument, like I'll like cut him off, but like not intentionally, but I'm like, all right, like I just need to say what I have to say. Like, and I'm like super defensive when he's like asks me certain, like just asks me questions. I'm like, no, but I feel like X, Y, and Z. And just like feeling I need to be in control. And I feel like that could be that's a big turnoff for him, because he's like, I wear the pants in a relationship, you don't. So, and I'm like, okay. And I feel like in relationships that I've had before, I was always the one to take care of everything, pay bills. So I've never had a relationship with an alpha.
Do less.
Definitely something new for me, and I'm learning so much from him, and he's taught me so much. And I'm just like, me really working on my femininity. I'm like, this is gonna be a plus for me and for our relationship, because I know this is something that he wants. But I'm really putting that step forward, and like I've gone to therapy, and now I'm, looking into like getting a femininity coach, which I'll be reaching out to Sarah soon. So like I just really just want to challenge myself and not make my past relationships and experiences really deter me from this great man.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. And I'm glad that you are getting therapy, seeking help. And guys, a lot of us are ashamed to do that.
Yeah.
And just one more thing though, make sure though that you're not just doing it for him.
For me, and it makes me feel more better as a woman, the fact that I'm doing it for myself too.
Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, in every other kind of way, financially, in every other kind of way. When we tap into that feminine energy, if you're only doing it just for the man, it'll end up being inauthentic, and you're not going to get the same results that you want, because you're going to end up just pretending to be someone that you're not really, in order to keep him satisfied. But
right, agreed.
Yes, I definitely feel like when it comes to therapy, Miss Anita is a therapist. So she knows way more about this than I do. But when you can try to get to the root to where that need to be in control comes from, that would help a lot, because I had an issue with that myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in control of everything. And because the root of it, I had control taken from me, power taken from me when I was younger.
Right.
And so I realized I still get like that. Whenever I feel the need to be in control, that is when I am in my most masculine mode. That's what I'm driving. Because I can't control the way other people drive, and it makes me mad. And I'm too masculine when I'm driving. I have the worst road rage ever. But seriously, usually when we as women, when we can't be in control, that's one of the ways that makes us extremely masculine. So when you can get to the root of where that comes from and you tackle that, that was assistance with that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else have a question, a comment that you want to share? Let's see. Okay, is it Shanquinice? You said that is a good question. Yes, I still see the universe tell me to stop or slow down when I get too aggressive. Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to return. Hold on, we're going to share our screen again. And we're going to return to where we were. Okay,
Good question.
There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Let us not walking. Let us return. Sorry. These technical difficulties. Boy, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay. We're going to try to get back to where we were. Okay, there we go.
All right. So you can't.
I gotta share. Sorry. Now I gotta share with you all, because you all won't be able to see. Hold on one second. Okay, let's go. So you guys can see what we see. This will be coming up in a second. Hopefully, no. All right, hold on one second. Webinar, right? Okay, there we are. So you guys can see what we see, hopefully. There we go. Okay.
All right. So if you have any other questions for me, you can visit my website at saralenacoachingservices.com. You can subscribe to my email list where I send out information, tips. Sometimes I'll send you out videos that I'm doing or upcoming events like this one I sent out. You can get access to free resources, free downloadable PDF files from there. You can book a free consultation with me, or you can purchase my new communication manual for happier, healthier, long-lasting relationships. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channels. One is Sara Lena, and there I do a lot of videos with my fiance, Mr. Rock Stages, for those of you that are aware of who he is. And the other one is the Modern Goddess channel, which is a newer one. So, now I know Miss Anita has things that she's going to give
at the end.
At the end. So I'm going to just share my portion here. All right, so I know that starting a new business can be scary, and it can be frustrating, it can be confusing. And so I have a course, The Feminine Approach to Business, where what I talked about today, that's just like one little teeny drop of what's in the course. In there, I talk about everything. I talk about how your cycle affects your business. I talk about not just communication. I talk about getting started with your business. I talk about how to get sales with your business and other useful tips to starting a business, getting supporters for your business, getting sales for your business, tuning in and out of your feminine energy, all things like that. And so I'm going to be offering free coaching sessions to the first 3 ladies that purchase my online course. And that way I can help you determine how to incorporate what you learned from the course into your life exactly. Get started on that, okay? But everyone will be receiving a free downloadable PDF file coming directly to your email with some amazing tips on how to brand and market yourself on social media. And I think that's all I have to say.
All right. Ooh, okay, let me trying to Lord, me and this thing. All right, we're back. Okay, so believe it or not, we kind of sort of did a dry run, but such is life. Like, this is life. And it's just like Sara Lena said, this is vulnerability, right? We're feeling some kind of way because everything doesn't always work the way we want it to work, but such is life. We keep going. That's the one thing I can tell you is just keep going. Sometimes you're going to step out. Everything's not going to be perfect, but just keep going. Okay? That's right. Okay, so we're going to give away some amazing prizes, and I'm going to give you a little idea of what's coming, but I want you to be surprised. I mean, I love surprises, and I want to surprise you guys. But some of the things that are in these little bags, these gift bags that we're going to give away, we're going to give away 5. Some of them are bath products and beauty products. We've got some gift cards. We've got t-shirts, Better Love Movement t-shirts. We've got the course. We've got some journals and some really beautiful pins that go with them, coffee cups and Starbucks gift cards. So I am going to ask that you put in the comment section now, if you want to win something, say, heck yeah, First 5 people that put heck yeah in, there we go. All right, look at that. Ivory Lee, Shawnquini, Isha, Joanna, Miriam, Jessica. All right, there we go.
I feel bad.
Okay, so first 5 folks, I am going to send out to you your gifts. I'm going to reach out to you via email for your address, okay? So you don't have to put it here. Don't put it there for everybody to see. But I can see your names on here, and I'm going to reach out to you with an email and ask for your address, and then I'm going to send it out first thing tomorrow, okay? Awesome. Thank you so much. You will be getting a replay of this, and honestly, I'll feel a little bit bad because we had so many technical difficulties, But if there was anything that you feel like you missed or you didn't get because we had all these technical difficulties, you will be getting a replay tomorrow evening. So there'll be a email coming out, and it's basically, hey, thank you so much for joining us. Here's the replay if you want to look at it from beginning to end. I know some people came in and had to leave, and then some people maybe came late, but you'll be able to access the replay tomorrow. If you have any questions or any follow-up, feel free to reach out to us. Please follow us on social media. Reach out to us there. Follow our YouTube channels, listen to the podcast, all that good stuff. But thank you, ladies, so much for giving us your time tonight. It means everything as business owners, as women who are just trying to make something happen in the world. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Any closing comments?
Somebody has a question. You go ahead.
Oh,
Ask
awesome.
your question. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can
Is it
finish
India?
up. India.
Okay.
What's your question, India?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was just wondering about relationships and how to compromise and give yourself to your the person that you're dating without totally losing yourself. That's been
Our connection isn't great.
How to give yourself to someone without compromising yourself, losing who your true, authentic self is. I think that's kind of what she's trying to ask.
Okay. Okay. So what I love to tell women when it comes to dating and relationships is you come first. What you want comes first. And what you come first. And so you're going to maintain your amazing life as you interact with the men in your life. And so that looks like that if you have a pottery class on Saturday morning and he asks you out to breakfast, you say, oh, I have a pottery class on Saturday morning. Is there another time that we could go out? You maintain what you have going on in your life. Because honestly, that's what makes you interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes you interesting, mysterious. And let me tell you, ladies, I cannot stress enough the importance of being mysterious. Some of us talk too much. We tell too much.
Yeah.
We give too much. We're doing too much.
You give them a blueprint, a cheat code on
Yes.
how to stick with us.
Stop all that.
Yeah.
Hold back. You got to hold some things in, okay? So that's how you're going to maintain who you are, what's amazing about you, and really think back. If you're in a relationship now, think back to who you were when that person met you and they really liked that, and kind of go back to that. What you were doing, what you were passionate about, what your life, what was going on in your life, and just maintain all the things that you love and are passionate about, and you fold the guy into your life and he folds you into his. That's what should happen. Interdependence, not codependence. So we maintain our fabulous lives. We make sure we're sleeping. I'm going to tell you right now, my phone is on Do Not Disturb at 9:30. It does not matter. It could be my man. 9:30, and he knows that. 9:30, I'm in bed because I'm up at 5 o'clock. And that's just what it is. And that's my life. So there's lots of room to see me before 9:30, but at 9:30, things shut down. And that's just a healthy boundary that I have. So just kind of make sure you're putting yourself first. You're having the relationship that you want. That is so crucial. Mm-hmm. I see so many ladies, they're in relationships, but it's really not the relationship that they want. Mm-hmm. So I want you to focus on that, okay?
Yeah. And I'd like to add to that, Anita. If you are in a relationship with someone and you realize you're not who you used to be, and you feel drained, you're not happy, you're not fulfilled, it's possible that that's a toxic relationship, because that's what happens when you're in a toxic relationship. Now, we all do evolve. We all should change. You're not meant to just remain the same and stay stagnant. So if you're in a relationship with someone that's trying to help you grow and help you to improve, they want to invest in you. As Anita said, that's what men do. They want to invest in you and help you grow. And in the same way with women, we help men grow too, the way we nurture them. That's what we do with nurturing. So if you are helping each other grow and evolve and transform, that's one thing. But if you see that you are changing for the worst and you're becoming someone that you don't even like yourself, you can't even look at yourself in the mirror every time you think about yourself, you can't think of anything positive to say about yourself, that's a toxic relationship. And so, you shouldn't want to be in a relationship like that anyway. So when it comes to compromising yourself, you don't have to compromise yourself. Be who you are. You should be in a relationship with someone that makes you better. Don't be in a relationship with somebody that you have to change yourself for in a way that you are suppressing who you are or trying to hold yourself back to make yourself, in order to make them feel better about themselves. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I would never make myself stupid or make myself unattractive or whatever in order to make my man feel better about himself, because he knows who I am. He knows he was interested in who I was when we met. And so for me to change those things, it would only make him less interested in me now. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, you don't need to compromise yourself. There are certain things in a relationship where you both can't compromise, but when it comes to yourself and being who you truly are, being your authentic self, you don't want to wake up, look in the mirror and find out that you are not satisfied with who you are, because that relationship is not going to last if you do. And if you are in the relationship, it's going to be miserable. So that's it.
India, was this helpful?
Yes, it was very helpful. I really, really do appreciate you ladies doing this for us to hear in the comments. So I would definitely see you too, because I'm trying to, change and evolve for the better. And then things that I have to work on. So you guys are kind of helping me achieve that goal. So I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we have our work cut out for us. I got to ship these winners their gift bags. I'm excited to do that because I love, just giving people stuff.
I was supposed to give something too.
Okay. Sara Lena says she's what?
So
you want to do the next phone line?
Yeah. If you already won something, don't comment.
Okay.
So if you would like a free copy of the communication manual, an autographed copy shipped to you, comment longevity. Spell it right. I'm just joking. LONGEVITY. Longevity. And I am going to ship you an autographed copy of my new communication manual for happier, healthier, long-lasting relationships.
Okay, we got somebody.
And again, if you already want something, don't comment because we want to be fair.
Hey, Carlette, Jessica, Kekesia.
That's it.
Okay.
That's 4. So
all right. Awesome.
All right then.
It was a pleasure to come to you this evening. I thank you so much because you could have been doing anything else on a Sunday. Usually I'm like totally chilling out at this time and kind of getting ready for the week. So we really, really appreciate you all. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's email in case you missed anything and you want to watch the replay. But thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you for your time. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, ladies.
All right. Good night.